All right, well, good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, August something, 10th maybe. First off, I just want to apologize for the past couple of videos. I just now got to sit down and actually watch them myself this morning, and they were horrible, and I apologize. Hard to keep track of. I know one of them ended up cutting out, and I had the harness on the whole time, and I wasn't even like really paying attention. I was moving kind of fast and all that kind of stuff. So I do want to apologize, and they were long. Don't want to do that this time. I was just going to show you a quick update what I've gotten done. So hang tight. So one of the things that I missed in the last video, I was talking about how I had to hacksaw, the pipe, the little slits that are in the pipe. Well, I found a faster solution to that. I found this little bit online. It's actually a glass cutting bit, but putting it on a drill and that is much faster and much nicer than trying to saw each one of those with a hacksaw, because it was definitely quite tedious. And I have more control, can obviously do it a lot faster and a lot less stress on me. So that's a good thing. The mosquitoes are biting this morning, so I'm going to try to do this quickly because I'm going to have to take some of this down. But you can kind of see behind me, which I'm going to turn around and go back the other way. So I showed you yesterday I had gotten all the poles up and stuff like that, but working into the night last night until basically I just couldn't see anymore, I ended up getting the net put on to a certain degree. I don't know if you can see that or not. So there's a big gap between the pole and here. I'm going to have to move that over and figure out how to zip tie it or whatever. I've got them connected at the top, but I think I'm going to disconnect that. But here, the net is on all the way through. And, again, I've got it connected up in that corner. And this is not as high as it will go. So it will go higher. I plan on making it higher. This is just where I stopped at last night. But I am not going to finish. I'm not going to follow through today. Because it's kind of it's trying to rain, it's drizzling, and I've actually got a pipe straightener coming, and that needs to be done because these pipes, they just move too much when they've got a little bit of bend in them. So anyway, but I thought I would just show you. First off, I got Bailey all of these balls, 12 of them. And they actually came at a very cheap price on Amazon, so we got them. And then I numbered them because I actually ended up helping her coach at one of her practices, and I figured we'd bring the balls in case we needed them, and we'd have them numbered. That way we would make sure that we had all of the balls back, when it's time to leave. And it came out very helpful. So stenciled the name on there, and then she actually did the handwriting of the numbers herself, which was pretty good. So anyway, as you can see, it's working to stop the ball. So it does what I'm wanting it to do, for sure, right? And that's both ends. It's doing exactly what I'm wanting it to do. Now, this is a little problematic. It's hitting this little nail, and these nets, man, when they get into something, they're a pain in the rear end. But I mean, once you get them off of whatever they're hung on, they straighten right out. It's kind of nice, except for you know, it's easy for them to get caught. So I'm gonna have to figure out solutions for that stuff. Round those corners off, you know, do something different with the screw or whatever, because that's what's holding this particular pole up, and then you go up there and there's another one that holds that pole up, and then so on. So, but as far as being sturdy, it's actually way sturdier than I thought, even at this juncture, with all of these poles not being, of course, it's not done over here. In the corner it is, right there, but the rest of the way down it's not. But it turned out way sturdier than I thought, which is a good thing, which means I don't know that I'm going to have to do very much of the extra stuff that I was thinking. I still might, because like I said, I still have to go higher with it. But if I even everything out, and if I'm able to get that straightener and straighten these poles, once you take the bend out of them in the beginning, then they're not so bad. You know, you have to, when I go to raise it up, I have to do a little section at a time. Boom, then I have to go here, boom, then I have to go here, boom, 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 and then I have to come back across and go a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher. And I'm gonna have to do that all the way around, just no matter what, because with the net already being on there, it's only gonna stretch so much. So, and that's fine. So right now, I was telling you about the clip thing before. I got clips in all of those connectors at the top, and that's what's holding the pole in. And the other clips, the little green ones that you see there, I've just got those clipped on there to hold the net on. So, you know, you can see you end up having some dips every so often, like right there, here, here. So the plan is, I think, it's going to be to weave the net in between, you know, the pole going all the way across. So now I just got to figure out ways to take it down and put it back up easier. And I'm almost hoping, because I'm allowed to have a fence. So, you know, I've got all the fence poles up that I need. All I need is it's just enough to keep the dogs from going out. So if I want to open this up, I can let the dogs come over here, and they shouldn't be able to go out, go through. So I've got that, you know, army, you know, camouflage net right there, which I have to put back up, and that's only meant to go across the, you know, from here down basically. And I think that'll be enough to stop the dogs. I know it'll be enough to stop Ali. Peanut or Lucy, I don't know. But if I stake it all the way down, it will be. They're not going to try to tear through it. I know that. And I also am actually, I think I'm going to put from this pole, you know, going back, I'm going to put a swinging gate that probably goes and connects over there by the chimney. So, you know, if I want to let the dogs in this area, I can do that. I'm still in compliance because, you know, these poles are not higher than 6 feet. So I'm actually having a fence that's going to double as the volleyball net. You know, the question is, when I want to raise it and put it down, I know I don't want to leave it up all the time. I'm sure the wind would tear it up over time. Birds flying into it probably would tear it up over time. But I'm just wondering, and I don't know yet. I won't know until I do it. But once I get the net on there the way I want it, I'm wondering if I'm just able to just lower it down, leave the net on there, and find a way to make it so that it doesn't tangle anytime I want to raise it and lower it, almost like a blind, like blinds are, you know, where I can just kind of raise it. When I lower it down, it'll just kind of go into itself, and then when I raise it up, it'll spread back out. So, I mean, I'll figure that stuff out sooner or later, because these nets, I can tell you this much: if I have to take the net off in order to take this down, it's going to be very difficult to take the net off and fold it up, put it away somewhere, and then keep it from binding up when I try to bring it back out to open it back up again. It's going to be just way too long of going through the process. So if I'm able to leave it on here, that'll be awesome. But anyway, that's where I'm at for now. Sorry, didn't want to make this too long. And as soon as I get further, I'll give you an update. And as far as this goes, I'm still gonna experiment with this, because I still believe if I do this, if I get the foam insulation in there correctly, it hardens up the way that it's supposed to. If I'm able to do that and put it in these, it will stiffen them up to the point where I won't have to worry about this at all. Because even if I get the straightener in here, once I put those on and put the weight of the net on there, it's still going to dip a little bit without that stuff in there. But with it in there, I don't think it's going to dip at all. And like this pole right here that's cocked that way, if I put it in there, it should make it strong enough so that none of those will do that. So I'm kind of getting excited. I still have to figure out the angled net, right? The one that's going to go up here, because that net I plan on keeping that there always, whenever she's playing anyway. The angled net is going to go up, and I don't know yet if I'm just going to try to use the net that's already there and just pull it out and have it tightened up so that it comes out and it's like at an angle, comes however far this way it would come, or if I'm going to put up a second set of poles on the inside, that I would put up to raise it up, and then it would have its own structured support. I just haven't decided. I'll probably will experiment with just pulling it out and trying it. Problem is I can't do it this time because I actually wrapped the net around. So in order for me to do that, I shouldn't have come around here. I shouldn't have come around there, and I shouldn't have connected it up there at that top part. So I'm gonna have to cut the net. I'm gonna have to cut the net, and I'm gonna have to cut the net so that it's separate. It's all one piece here, and it's all one piece there, and then that way I can take this net. I mean, just out of curiosity, I'm gonna grab it now and just see. Got a cup of coffee in my hand, so man, you can see like it's getting hung up on that. It gets hung up on the grass. It's hung up right there. So I mean, those are all problems that I have to overcome before I'm going to be able to probably realistically see if I can just use the net right here, right now. Because if I was able to do that, it would actually be pretty cool, right? Because then I could, when she's serving, just leave it up at the angle, right? When she's practicing her serves. This would be the idea. And then if she has a bunch of friends over and they want to play a game, I would just loosen it up. I would obviously put connectors in the ground. Actually, so one of the problems that I'm realizing with this, because I would want it to come down and be able to roll back to her, and my expectation was that it would come like almost all the way back here to under the volleyball net. So it's going to have to be a way longer net to do that. That's 25 feet. So it's only going to go, there. So it'll come down, but I don't think it's going to come down and roll, have enough momentum to roll all the way back to her when she's in that back corner by that cone. So I'm just going to have to fool with it. Anybody has any ideas before I do anything, let me know. That's just where I'm at for the moment. So again, I did not mean to go on so long. Another thing I got to do today, I got up in the attic. Raccoon was not up there, but yesterday, sure enough, he was climbing the tree and he was going over there. And he did climb up on the roof, and I kind of yelled at him. I was like, "Get out of here!" And he looked at me like, "I don't think so." And he went up on the roof and he stayed up there. So it's time. I got to connect the truck to the trailer and see if I can pull that trailer out enough and cut that tree down to keep him from climbing up that tree to get up on the roof, because I was able to block it off up there. But I mean, I know now that I've done that, he's gonna get up there and get pissy, and I know they have the capability to tear stuff up, so hopefully he won't like tear up the shingles and, you know, all of that. And I'm looking at this for the first time from the outside, so I don't know how well you can even see it, but that way I can look at it just to see, because he was up there yesterday, I'm sure, scratching, trying to get in. Hopefully he's not up there tearing too much stuff up. So I got to cut that. I got to cut the tree down today. So, I mean, I've got more trees I need to cut down, but that's a priority because of what's going on with him. So, anyway, that's where I'm at. Again, didn't mean to go on so long. Apologize for the other videos. I know they were definitely fast moving and all over the place, and I always try not to do that. I hope I finished explaining everything I wanted to explain, and I don't have any idea when I watch this video, but as soon as I stop it, I'm going to probably upload it. So, I mean, you can see where I'm at. I still got stuff everywhere. You know, I got cardboard left, and there's still quite a bit of cardboard there that needs to go in that section right there. And then get some wood chips. You saw the front that I've gotten that done. I still got some more wood chips I need to put in there, but this section I'm gonna just see if I can order some for free. There's a place that you can actually do that Brenda showed me. Oh yeah, Brenda, if you're watching. Mushroom. You know, you guys encouraged me to do all of this, and I have just got weeds coming through here. Weeds and mushrooms and mole. But I got weeds coming through here everywhere and a bunch of mushrooms. So are those, you know, good, bad, ugly? You know, I don't know. And should I cut them down, get rid of them? You know, how do I deal with that? And how do I get rid of this mole? I don't know what to do about this mole, because he's in here a lot. I'm sure it's because you know, once you put the cardboard down, it's supposed to attract worms like crazy. So, and that's what he eats. So I need to figure out how to stop that, and then of course it's going to start happening over there as soon as I do that area, I'm sure too. So anyway, let me know. Oh yeah, I got an owl. It doesn't seem to be stopping anybody. I mean, I've got birds that'll sit right there and look at it. So I got one here and I got one out in the front. The wind's supposed to blow his head around, but you know, my neighbor, he's got some tomatoes growing. You know, he's had this little area for a couple years now, I think, and he usually seems to get pretty decent tomatoes. So I mean, once I can get the ground working, I should be able to get some too. I got to cut that thing down. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm gonna cut that down too. And then I still got to get back there, cut those, start cutting those, all that brush out back there. And that's it. I think I'm going to do an electric gate on this big door, because it is, you know, it takes some muscle to open it and close it. And if I can find a gate that'll do it, an electric gate would be nice. Just press a button and, you know, hit it and let it open on its own and shut on its own. And that would also be handy with sometimes the stuff that I got to bring in and out of there and make it a lot faster. But that's down the road thing. Just another one of those things that popped up in my head. So anyway, I guess that's it. I'm just rambling on at this point. So I hope everybody's having a good day. Hope everybody's having a good summer and a good time. And Mom and Dad, congrats on moving. I'm glad you guys got it done. I hope things go well there for you. And we'll do my best to get out there and see you soon. And same with you guys, Sean and Brenda. I'll do my best to get out there and see you guys too. I know you've gotten a lot done. I'd like to come see it in person. But for now, I got to get this stuff done before I can clear my head to do anything like that. So I'm working on it. But for now, see ya!